Okay, this is LMC Part 2. So with the new patch, the ground stabilization that originally existed in the TADS is gone. It's not a thing, because it's not a thing in the aircraft either, right? So it was corrected, or the glitch was fixed, right? However you want to look at it. Let's see here. So how do we use the LMC? Well, if you watch my previous video, that method, that technique, still holds true, because my technique, my method of explaining this was rooted in how it actually works in the aircraft, right? So if I want to use the LMC, this is how it works. First, get your line of sight on the desired point, start a continuous laze, turn the LMC on, tap to kind of null the rate in this wide field of view. So I'm looking at the end of this tree line right here. Step in one field of view. Tap the thumb force controller to kind of fine tune your rate. Make sure that you've got it looking exactly where you want. Then you can step in one more field of view. All right, once you've done that, we can store. All right, target 4, and then if we wanted to fire, we can fire. So those rounds should hit right where I want them to. Yep, sure enough. So I need to adjust down and right just a little bit. All right, right there, just tap, tap, tap. Small, 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 fine movements with the thumb force controller. And steady, fire. Oh, I'm at an azimuth limit. Come to the right, George. Now I want you to observe, I have not stopped lasing since I turned the LMC on. This is very important. I've already talked about this in my previous video. You can go back and rehash it. I'm not going to rehash it here. You can go watch the previous video, but you have to continuously laze. You have to continuously feed that good ranging information. I'm just tapping on the thumb force controller, keeping my line of sight on that target. So now I want to move the TADS. Well, how do I do that? You're ready position for the TADS. Wide field of view, fixed forward FLIR, or gunner helmet sight FLIR, however you want to do it. I like GHS because I like being heads out. So I'm just looking around, doing my thing. The other thing is turn the LMC off, especially if you want to like manually. Let me do this. If you want to manually move the TADS after you're done searching for that first target, turn the LMC off, go out to that wide field of view, and now you have a much easier time of moving the TADS around, right? So let's see. Let's go find another target to track here. That tree right there. So continuous laze, LMC, tap to adjust and maintain my rate. Step in one field of view. Tap, 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 tap. All right. Got my line of sight on the target. Store the target, target 5, and then we can go fire. And fire. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, so I'm done engaging. Wide field of view, LMC off. Now I can freely move the TADS without it doing this. So, this is not a good place to be in with the TADS, right? So just turn the LMC off so you can freely move the TADS. Let's see, we got a target over here. Cool. LMC, laze. You can do it that way too. The best way is laze, LMC, establish the rate, etc. Get on the target, store the target, target 6, and engage. All right, rounds went just a little bit to the right, so I need to adjust a little bit to the left. That's the other thing that you need to do. Be a gunner. If you observe that the rounds impact left, right, long, short, one, make sure that your track is actually truly stabilized. Okay, so you can see that I've got it very stable there. And then 2, make the adjustment. If the rounds land short and right, adjust left and long, right? Make those adjustments. Do that gunner thing. The system is good, but it's not perfect. It's not going to like cook you breakfast. It's not going to, tuck you into bed at night. None of that kind of stuff. It's not that friendly, right? You have to do these things yourself. That's why they pay you big bucks to be gunner in the Apache, which they don't. They just expect you to be good at your job. Anyway, lasing, LMC, get on the target, right like that. Cool, step in. There we go. Bit of tap, tap, tap. All right, there we go. All right, I am on my target area-ish. Store that target. All right, there we go, and fire. Rounds went a little bit to the left. I'm going to correct a little bit to the right. Right about there should do. Fire. That is actually probably going to be a little too much correction. Nope, that was about right. So there we go. So you can see, I noticed that the rounds went a little bit to the left. I corrected a little bit to the right and made the adjustments. LMC off, and then I can go back to gunner helmet sight, wide field of view, fixed forward FLIR, and I'm just up here doing my thing. So that's how you use the LMC, all right? The LMC does not ground stabilize. You, the gunner, have to manually track those targets, stabilize the TADs on your own. The way I tell you how to do it here, that's the way it works in the real aircraft too. So hope that helps, and have a good one.